Okay, people, I'm getting ready to start a brand new game for Soulmask, and I'm using my custom built server manager. And the reason why is because if I want to have different games, this is going to allow me to have different games versus if I was to just use the standard solo version. I'm just stuck with that the most current game I'm playing. And if I decided to start a new game, of course, if you've played Soulmask before, you'll know that it really just only retains the most recent game that you're playing, and the other one kind of gets archived. So basically, what I did is I built my own little app that allows me to create multiple servers, and then I can play whichever version I want. And as you can see, you can switch from the regular Cloud Mist forest to the Shifting Sands. And I'm going to do a live for the Shifting Sands for my first time playing. I haven't played it yet. I've only gotten to the character creation screen, but I want to kind of save it, make it kind of special for me and, of course, for my watchers. And so I figured we would all just go ahead and start with the Shifting Sands together as a team. I got some in real life stuff that I need to take care of. It's going to go about a little over a week. It starts in a couple days. And so when I get back, that's when I'm going to go ahead and start and play the Shifting Sands for the very first time. But I'll set that up on a schedule so my current fans, my current subscribers will know. And if you're new, please hit that subscribe button and you'll get a notification when I set up a actual schedule to actually play it. And if you notice, you were hearing the music in the beginning, and that's also part of the server manager setup. I'll unmute it. So, you can like listen to that while the server is being built. I would recommend just waiting for the server to finish starting and, just listen to the music, relax a little bit, surf the internet, do whatever you'd like. Just, make sure that, you have a little bit of patience. As you can see, it's almost done. When you see this here, the compacting data took. It tells you how long it took, 23.37. And then I think in a few seconds, it's going to show another little line. But pretty much once you see this, you know that the server's pretty much built. And in here, you just click the launch client. I'm not going to go into the actual details on how this works. I have a separate video for that. But let's just go ahead and get into Soulmask. It is what it is. I'm just talking right now. You guys won't have to listen to none of this. Okay. And we are in online. Join. Online. Connect to server directly. Hit that wrong button. Type in the password. Hit confirm. Then we should get a creating a character. We'll skip that. Alrighty. There we go. Hairstyle. None. Next. We're just going to stick with the middle mask. And the reason why I always pick the middle mask is because this one gives us extra stamina and extra load. And that's always good in the beginning because you will be gathering a lot of stuff. And for those of you that are watching, you know that we're going to be doing the stream for the Shifting Sands. And so if you guys want to come up with some cool names for me to call my character, I usually always use CyberTek, but this time I'm going to allow my subscribers to go ahead and pick a name if they want for me. So you guys got about a week to decide. Alrighty, skip all this. And now we are in the game. Aha! So let's look and see where we're at. Okay. So I want to build somewhere up here. There's a river inlet, and that's where I want to build my first base. So we're gonna hit this question mark here first. Maybe hit this location there. Hit this one. Hit this one. We'll swing out to this one. Hit this one. And then at one of these locations, we're going to farm our minions. But without further ado, yes, we got to get by. And also, when you want to name my character, remember you also get to give the AI, the mask, a name. I always call it, well, I don't always call it, but we're going to call this one Infinity. Infinity. And you guys can also name that one too. So, alrighty. So, we'll try and rush through some of this stuff here. Need some sticks. Stones. All right, so it looks like we got everything that we needed. Go ahead and hit tab. And we want a stone pickaxe. We'll put this here and here for now. A stone axe, a scythe, a butchering knife. If you have never played this game, whenever you craft items, you can craft all the way from the lowest tier, which is 1. Actually, it goes less than 1, it turns gray. All the way up to red, which is considered legendary, and it's all random. But in the beginning right now, we just need some of the basics, so as we play along through the game, these things will then improve themselves. So I'm just going to gather some stones first, just a couple, because we don't want to overweigh ourselves. Can hit escape, go to tutorials, and then close that out to get rid of the notification at the very top. If it becomes a little here we go. We'll do one more rock, or we'll get 2 more rocks, and we're gonna get some trees. Alrighty, so let's chop down a couple trees. So when you see like these bamboo things here, those will generally give you more branches than logs or wood. And then if you, like here, you'll see we're getting branches. Again, you'll see this one, mostly branches. Then if you go to trees, you start to get logs and bark. So if you really like need to farm a bunch of branches, then you want to try and look for those bamboo. And like here you see 2 trees right next to each other. You'll see I'm actually hitting both of the trees at the exact same time. So how that works, pretty neat. So if you're chopping down trees, if you're fortunate enough to get 2 little trees or 2 trees right next to each other, you can actually just get both of the trees at the exact same time. Okay, so now let's get some fiber. When you want to get fiber and thatch, you want to go like these big patches because he'll get everything around him. Like here, if you just see this, I'm just getting one, so I'm not getting as much. But let's look for a big cluster so I can kind of really show you. Like we just stand right here in the middle of this cluster now, and you'll see like look how much we got. How the fiber, the count just goes up so much faster. Here's a really good spot. So how much we got just after this time. Okay, so some of the things I would recommend you do. The first thing I would recommend is just max out making rope. Craft all. So we're going to make as many rope as we can as we go, and we're going to start running. Now remember we said we wanted to start to go this location right here. So you hit V to do a quick marker, and then you just look for it, and there's that quick shortcut that we just set up. So here we're probably going to have to fight somebody. So you probably want to have bandages. So the first thing I would do is you hit T. Once you hit T, you have to learn specific things here. You know, you'll see we already got like 30 points. If, say for instance, I wanted to do this and I didn't get the previous one, I'll show you. See, let's say I want to do tannery. It's going to tell me that I need to get the other points first before it lets me do it. And then it'll still, and then you've learned it. And then here you have to be at basically like level 10 in order to get that. So what we're looking for is the thing that's going to give us linen, which is right here, because that's also allows us then to make bandages. Stone weapons. Here it's also pretty much a choice. I like the dual wield, so I usually start with dual wield and the hammer. You can also do the stone spear because that also has its own advantages. And then we are looking for the bandages. I'm trying to find it real quick. Oh yeah, here we could just type in bandage, and then it takes us straight there. Basic weaving, and this is going to allow us to do the bandages. Good. All right, so now we can make linen. So here, right mouse on that and just craft all. And you're like, wow, you're making a lot. We're going to need a lot. You're going to need linen all throughout the whole game. You're going to need rope all throughout the game. It's one of those resources that you always need to get. And I'm going to go ahead now and make us a weapon. So I'm going to do my dual blade and then the stone hammer. And so then this one's going to be 7, 8, 9. Nope, let's do 6, 7, 8. That's my number 3. Okay, so while it's making those items, we can just go ahead and start running. There's that waypoint. So where's the waypoint? Waypoint's right over this way. All right then. And then just keep collecting resources because I'm getting XP as I'm making those items. Plus, as I'm running, I'm also getting these herbs here. If you always see these, I would always recommend you get those. I don't know if you can craft them or grow them, plant them. So, you know, if you see them, I would say they're like a unicorn, but it's not like they're everywhere. So. Now, so you can see, oops, hit the wrong button. So we've got berries there. So dual wheel's going to be there. The hammer's going to be number 2. And as you can see, we've already got a bunch of rope. So for simple bandages, I would recommend just crafting 10. I think that's a good number to start with. Wait till it puts it there. Always keep my linen at and where's linen? We're gonna craft a max of linen again one more time. As you can see, that's another 149. And then rope. And that's 109. So once that's done, we will have a good start. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and make some armor. So we'll start with the gloves. Oops. Oh. Okay. We're gonna get in on this rock. Whoa. Oh, we got weapons. Oh no. Okay, so that's kind of what happens. We're just going to start right there. But we still have all of our stuff on us. I've got it set up now to where if I die, I just keep all my stuff on me. However, if that's not something that you guys want, you can always take that out. But that's just something that I have set up. That's just a personal preference. And that's all done with my tool. Okay. Yeah, baby turkey. Alright, let's look at the map. See what's the best way to get there. Probably have to go left. I mean, we could try and climb, but we could try that. Okay, so let's start with making some gear. We got the linen. And you can only make 3 items at a time. And as you can see, these are all the lowest tier. This is even worse. So I would just at least make that a few times. And what you could do is like here, craft 10. And then if you get a really good one, you could then go ahead and stop the process. So we're looking for a purple, or I mean like a yellow or red. That's going to give us really like the best option, or purple. So that's definitely better than all the other ones. We'll let it finish out. I don't think we're going to get anything better. And then you just right mouse, uncraft, or you can just hit V under all of the ones that it made that you didn't like. And like here with the linen hands, I don't even want to use that or this. There we go. So we can stop right there. All right. So now with the feet, craft 10, do the exact same thing. If we get red, you want red. Red is the best. Remember that. So we'll just keep dumping all these. And sometimes you'll get lucky and you'll actually make 2 of one item. So that's also kind of a pretty cool feature. If we don't get yellow or red at the end of this, we'll just go ahead and start another 10. Try one more time, and then we'll keep it. Oh, there we go, and stop. So, and the reason why I do this is because this gives you health. It gives you certain benefits, and the higher the level, of course, the better your stats are going to be. So you definitely want to try and get the highest level possible. Red is, of course, the best. It's also got the most durability. So those are, of course, the ones that you want to look for. But in the beginning, yeah, you could just take whatever you have. I mean, you're going to change this out at some point. But I just like to at least try and have something decent. And then there we go. So we can get rid of that one. And we can put that on. So now we want the shirt. And this is usually the hard one. See, like you can see there, we can only do 3 because we ran out of linen. But perfect. We got a good one. So we can just dump those. So now the only thing we can make is a ring. But of course we don't have the resources to make the ring. You need these little green little stones, which we'll be getting soon. So that's perfectly fine. So now we're going to be running around. So we're going to craft as many linen as we can. And where's the rope? Okay. And that's good. So now you'll look at our health. We're up to 422. And that's because we put on that gear. Now, whenever you put on extra new items that increases the amount of your health, you have to heal yourself to be able to take advantage of that, or you have to lay down in the bed. So it's quick. Just go ahead and just grab a bandage. There you go. Can we climb? Yes, we can. So we want to go down there. So, and the same thing that you could be done is with the weapons. So like right here, I can hit craft 10. And then what you can do if you want to speed it up, you just slide it to the top. So now we're going to see, because this is the worst weapon that you can get. You'll see the damage right now is only at 20. So we definitely want something better. And then this is the one above it, and damage is 22. So we'll actually let them make all 4 of them, just so you can see a comparison. Hopefully we'll get like a purple or a legendary, which is red, or an epic, which is these right here. So yeah, last chance. We can get rid of this. We're definitely going to keep one just in case the last one turns out to be even worse. And that was worse. So we get rid of that one. So at least we're doing a little bit more damage. Alrighty, so that area is protected by little animals. Usually it's 3 of them. So let's go on in and have some fun. I like to try and lure them all into one spot. So when we kill them, now we can just harvest them all at one time. So use your butchering knife, and as you can see, we're getting resources. There we go. Now what we're looking for is a little box that we can open. And it's in this spot here somewhere. And here it is. And there you go. So we got some beast bone. But these are the things you really want. And we even got some of those stones too. So withdraw all. There we go. Always getting a good habit of healing yourself. There goes some herb right here. So that's our number 8. There's one right up here. Let's look at the map again. So I guess this would be the next spot. So we'll just go in sequence. Hit that V. Set the marker. Look at that, straight in front of us. Now I'll show you something real quick, which is also pretty cool. Is right now we're just getting a couple rocks. I want to try and see if I can't make a better weapon. But as you can see, we got 4 of these, so now we can make 2 of these stones. So you just hit craft all, and then we'll drag them to the top. And it made 1, and of course the worst one. But it is what it is. But the good thing now is, let's see where we're at with my weapon. Thick rope. How do we not have any rope on this? Oh, I guess we must have used all the rope for other stuff. Okay. That's fine. Keep the weapon out. Oh yeah, now look at our health. Now it's at 457 because we put on that ring. So you want to go ahead and make sure you take that bandage and heal yourself all the way up. Now as you can see, these guys are not normally aggressive, but when they're next to those different locations, you're able, then they become aggressive. You can still attack them, as we did there, but generally speaking, they're not aggressive. So it works out in your benefit. Yeah, graphics are really good on this game. I really do like this game. When it first came out, I played it quite a bit. Never really finished it. Other games that came out in between, and so I just, you know, jumped on it. But here, oh yeah, so these guys. Yeah, these bush dogs, these guys are the little aggressive ones. Alright, so now what I'm going to do real quick is stand on this rock. Won't help me for anything. Look at that. There's another turkey. So, you can look at this. It's making that. We'll click on the character, and you'll see we got 11 points that we can already assign. So, we're going to add some points to the strength. And then agility. And 1 point in endurance. And assign. Now we are leveling at a little bit higher because of, you know, we did change the stats or the starting settings, but otherwise everything is pretty much it. I think it's still a good balance. Okay. Oops. Alrighty. Oops. We don't need our light on us. What we do need, yeah, I saw the herbs. Some people say herbs. My thing would be like if it's only there'll be other things out there that are going to be aggressive besides the little bush dogs, which eventually we will run into. Alright, so this is one of the good spots. So the first time in here, I'm not going to be able to capture anybody. Luckily, all these guys are not. Oh, look, and see one of these guys. Yeah, I love those special attacks. Alrighty. Pick up the loot. Blocking, you can do like a special attack, which is what that was. Look at that. Oh, I love those blocks when you get those special attacks. So now let's go ahead and fix the mask. And now that the mask is fixed, now if you go to your mask, which is Y, and this is one of the things I'm going to try out, it repairs the mask all the way and automatically adds all these things to the mask. So what I'm going to do is, if you look at the map, all the way down here, there's a shipwreck. And in that shipwreck, you get this golden mask, which is going to allow us to identify these characters and tell us their specific stats. And you want those specific stats. And the reason why you want those specific stats is because when we capture them as tribesmen, you know, they have special attributes, special bonuses that you're going to want. And so of course that's going to make sense. Now this playthrough character here, because we've already started it, I'll keep everything pretty much the same. The only difference is I'll start a new recording. I'll start a new recording, and the first thing I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go straight down to that shipwreck. I'm going to swim all the way out there, and I'll get that other mask, because I want to see if you start off with the better mask, if it'll allow you to switch it first, if that makes sense. So now, the craftsmen, we definitely want these two guys, of course, are novices. So they're not going to be as interesting. So you probably just want to punch this person until you can convert them. Oh, wait, whoa. Let's run. We did skip one important step. And that is, we need to activate this here, and then I believe this one's gonna allow us. I thought we repaired it. I don't think we repaired the mask, so, which is fine. So you have to normally get their health down below a certain percentage, and then you can convert them. Basically, you can convert them to your minion. So we can just you think you're bad, huh? There we go. Yeah, so it automatically unlocks all the first attributes on the first mask, the starter mask. But we're going for this one here. The problem is it's not gonna allow us to really do anything, which is a shame. It would have been nice if we could have upgraded that all the way. But I'm gonna show you guys how to deter or capture your first guy. So now that we've fixed the mask, let's go ahead and heal up real quick. And now you can see that part right there has been repaired. And now we're able to deter them. So we'll wait for those guys to come back. Here we go. Hit escape, remember tutorial, escape, come back, and then that notification in the top middle disappears. And if you need green crystals in the beginning, you know, you can just farm these. You know, it's another option too, is you can just farm it non-stop. There we go. Back. A little bit too far. Let's see if any of these guys are master again. Nope. But we want the craftsman, and I'll show you why. What we're going to be farming. There, that's what's called the third. Now, because these guys are not master, there's no sense to me leaving them alive. So this person is deterred, and now we can capture them. So what I'm always looking for is anything in here that's red, and this to be the same master. But it doesn't, so I would just dismiss them, and I would just hope for the next guy that to be better. And then normally I would just farm these locations, and until I get the right guys that I want to follow me around. So generally what I'll do is try and get 2 good craftsmen and then 1 good fighter. I still give them weapons and stuff, because most of the stuff that we generally are fighting in the beginning, they're not that hard to kill. And so, you know, you can also have your craftsmen in the beginning. It allows them to level up as you're running across the map until you get to your actual location where you want to build your base. Okay, while we're waiting for those guys, let's see, we can do, can we do 10 of these? We can do 7, so we're short on flint. So that's where the bottleneck is for us on that. So my goal is to see is yep, that's crap. Maybe we can get legendary. Legendary would be nice. I'd like to show you what a legendary looks like. Whenever I get legendary, I'm always excited. But this is the lowest version. It doesn't even have a level. That's like horrible. So if ever you get gray, if you make something, get the resources just to make one more better. Because it will make a huge difference. Especially as you get into the higher tiers. See, like that one's better than what we had. So we can get rid of the old one. But because it was already done. See, and that one didn't good. But this one's going to do much more. I wouldn't say much more damage, but it does more damage. So, let's see if we get a master. Yeah, so those guys are crap. So we can kill these guys right off the bat. So now she can be already deterred. Craftsman. So we'll go ahead and hit her. Then we'll back up a little bit. Pull out a weapon. Kill the novice. And again, the novices, sometimes you can get some novices that have really good traits. But the reason why you want to get them already as a master is because if you do that, they're going to be able to, their attributes here, their specialties will always be at the highest level, or they have a chance of getting it at the highest level. So even though, so this one's also not good, so you know, we're not going to even waste the time with them. Now what you could do is you could recruit them, take off the gear, and then kill them, or dismiss them after that. But I mean, at the low level, the gear that we're getting, it's like not really worth it. And once you get your first craftsman, you could have them do your things. And also, like, you can, your food gives you also buff. So we can drink something. So like, we'll take the broth and we will take this one. Now we got 2 buffs, and now our health has gone up to 564. We were still healing with the bandage, so of course it got all the way up to the top. But you know, the broth gave us an extra 100 health, so you know, that's huge. And as you get to the higher levels and you're making a better item, it's that number just can only get better. So you know, you can't do wrong on doing that. See, as you can see, another guy just dropped into town. He's novice. He's also a novice and a craftsman. We try to go for the novice and stun them first, so I don't accidentally kill them. Now we're gonna try the hammer. I love the hammer too. See, that person's also a novice, so he's expendable. Come on. Boom, look at it. He just got folded just now. Oh man. Talk about getting folded like a plastic. Special. The finisher. That thing is beautiful. There's one more guy here. Let's see what he is. He's also, he's skilled. He's still better up than look at that. And taken out. And now we get the boxes here. Which gives us more of the stones. It's only level 1. Level 1 is, I mean, if you ever give a level 1 and it's a master, you definitely want that one. So look at this. So look, this is a master craftsman, but there's nothing red. So even though it looks good and you look at all their buffs are really okay, it doesn't have anything that's red. And that's what we're looking for. See, like, look at this one. This is what I'm talking about. This one's a craftsman, 121, but they're only purple. So I wouldn't take them. And I know this is crazy, Sometimes it takes a while to farm the right guys. I mean, if you just want to play and you don't really care what your characters are, yeah, you can grab whatever, build up your tribes, and then run around and, you know, do all the good stuff that you want to do. But you know, that's usually pretty much the gist of it. So what I'm gonna do is I think I'm just gonna go ahead and end this. Let me see it. Well, we'll just do this one last fight, and then we're gonna go ahead and end this first episode. Look at those guys, man. You just fold those guys like a napkin. Boom. So what I'll do now is I'm just going to stay here and I will farm until I get the guys that I want before I actually move on to the next step. So, but actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to start this character one more time. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to swim out here, get the other mask, and then start my progression. So that's what my goal is. So I hope you guys enjoyed this starter, just to kind of get you into the game, see what the mechanics looks like, how the farming goes, how, you know, basic combat works, and from there, it can only go up, guys. So thanks for watching. Let's go ahead and get this last guy real quick. So he's a level 2. So if you get really lucky, this guy is a master and has something in red. I mean, whew, that's like a... And there are some guys that will have 2 items that are in red. Those guys are really good. And I don't know if they can have 3. I think there's a possibility, but I mean, if you get a really good guy that's a master and he's got 2 traits that are in the hundreds, you want to keep that guy, because that's a unicorn find right there. All right, guys. You guys enjoy. Welcome to the Protocol 67 group. Please subscribe. And if you got any comments or any good tips that you can give me as I'm moving along, because I haven't played this game in a long time, and I really never finished it. I think I remember fighting, I think, the first boss, but I never really got past that after that. So if you got some good tips for me, some good ideas, what I should do, where I should go first, by all means, I'm looking for anything that can help me move my game along. And with that, we're going to go ahead and end the session.